With most of the planet's factories going bankrupt as production moved to China, how many times did you buy something and then you realized this is not what it was advertised? And the products and reviews were different than what you have experienced because they can be perceived differently as the Chinese factory standards change all the time. Whether furniture or products for nails, the same can be said. And say you purchase your items online from Amazon, you are going to notice the same repetitive pattern. So let's say you are doing your nails and you are not doing this all the time, but once in a while after you finish done your essays and you want to do polygel. So you always have to remember not to buy polygel in bulk. Why? Because can dry. I made the mistake to buy this Gershon set and I noticed all 6 polygels were different. So the quality of the polygel varies, being from thick to thinner, thus the nails can be different. The same applied even this to Rosalind 60 ml of polygel. The quality was so different than presented on the website, and again loads of very good reviews despite this millennial pink not being as described on the website. So once again you have the proof that all these items made in China have got different standards. I purchased many sets of gel nail varnish in the last years purely because I gave up on doing my nails at the local nail technician salon, as I was spending so much money, and I spent thousands of pounds in London in the UK over probably 10-15 years. So I gave up. As I said, okay, let's do everything home, and I started doing gel nail varnish. Later on I moved on to polygel, and here I was using the dual forms the other way around they should be used, but it worked perfectly for my nails. And since they grow so fast, normally I was doing my nails like every 3 weeks. Now because I'm doing it myself, and of course lots of problems will occur as I'm not but right-handed, so you can't expect to do everything perfect. Now the quality of the polygel differ, as I said, from tube to tube. Read the reviews and always bear in mind the quality will always change as you receive them from the factory in China, and Amazon is going to sell them to you thinking, yeah, we have a great product, when actually they do not. How do you learn this? By doing something repetitively for, say, a few months or years. Thing you have to remember is, again, these dual forms can have different shapes: ballerina, coffin, and so many more. So again, you have to read the reviews and learn which one suits you best. And when putting them in the UV machine or LED machine, whatever you have got, you have to use the machine for at least, as it happened to be, for 90 seconds in order to be able to remove them. Again, I learned to place the clips the other way. Why? Because if you put it the way I've done it here, might not press onto the nail properly. So I learned that the best it suits me is to use it the other way around. The next step is to clean that polygel at the back of the nail, because it's very important how it's going to harden on your nail. And again, this is when you learn the polygel has different qualities. What I have done here, I'm not talking about this polygel, but the next one is a much better quality than this one which I used in this prime example. So I'm so happy with the transparent Polygel. It has a different kind of characteristic, and you think, they're all chemicals, just like, say, vitamins or pharmaceuticals, yet they do not last forever. So that is why I said, do not buy in bulk. That was my mistake. I thought, you know what, it's going to last at least, 5 years, but it does not work like that. Another thing I do not like is to go with the machine to destroy my delicate skin and nails. That's why I prefer to file as much as I can. And even if I do the Polygel myself, as I always do, I always prefer to use these files, and I purchased recently a pack of, I think, 15 files with 180 grit on one side, 230 grit on the other side, which are the best. And this is the shape I like to always create for my nails. Now, the next thing is, okay, let's learn about the top coat. A top coat should not burn. Many times I purchased different types of top coats and I noticed they were burning so much I had to withdraw my fingers from under the machine. This is not good. So this is the second thing. The second warning you have to learn from my experience: a top gel should not burn. If it burns, means is poor quality. That is why earlier on I was recommending, do not buy in bulk. Do not buy the same item over and over again unless the quality is very, very good, because the factory standards change. How can you save your gel varnish, stay on top of the Polygel when you're making so many mistakes? Well, what I discovered, for me it works to apply this kind of stickers, and I purchased so many because I like the quality. Now bear in mind, the bigger the sticker is, most difficult is going to be placed on your nail, because many times these factories do not think about changing their standards and actually making them a bit to follow the curve of your nail. So you always have to think about this. It's very important. Most of the stickers I purchased recently are very, very beautiful. However, in the past, I purchased via our Amazon Prime account in the UK stickers based on paper. These are a bit more difficult because you have to place them in water to actually remove them from their backing. Whereas these ones, they can be removed straight away. They have got a bit of a glue on their back, so they can be applied to your nails beautifully. I really like that. That is why nowadays I recommend, if you don't like something, return it straight away. There's no need to keep all these items, like this item on the left hand side, that metal stamp, which I got years ago, maybe 10-15 years ago in the UK via our Amazon Prime account, and you know what, I haven't used them at all. They were so bad. So stamping, most recently you can find very, very good items, and what you see here is the paper sticker base I mentioned to you earlier on, together with the simple ones which I recommend nowadays. So talking about stamping, you can achieve so much nowadays. You just have to have the right items, as you saw there briefly, and I really love the big stamping items, which you can achieve so many things with them nowadays. And afterwards you saw my collection of nail foils organized based on design and color, and I really like collecting them and organizing them beautifully. Now, in order to remove those stickers from their backing, I used first those cuticle removers, and afterwards with tweezers I remove. I also decided to apply some magnetic gel, and magnetic gel differ again in quality, and as you will notice, I achieved nothing with this big left nail, while I achieved the cut eye on the right nail. So I'm not sure it's because I didn't shake properly the bottle, or maybe the magnet was bad on the right nail. I used a better magnet, probably because I achieved the cut eye. So on the first nail I tried to achieve this result result using the magnetic gel varnish, on the second nail using blooming gel varnish, on the third nail metallic foil, on the fourth nail lace foil, and on the fifth the black tips gel varnish. Now, I made some mistakes, of course, since, as I mentioned, I'm right-handed and it's really, very difficult to do things with your left hand, for example. When you make so many mistakes and actually you don't want to throw away anything, now, what do? Well, you can't start from scratch again. You file your nail at the base, but then you give up. You think, oh, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to file a bit more tomorrow or the day after. Well, this is the advantage of when you do your nails at home. In the UK, it's expensive to do your nails. In North America, again, it's around $100. In Canada, between 100 150 Canadian dollars. So it's not that cheap. And in North America, especially in Canada, you don't have that presence of Groupon with their deals the way you find in London in the UK. So here are the nails the way I have done them up to this point. How do you save your nails when you make mistakes? Well, not many people tell you that. The best usage is with stickers. Use stickers to correct the mistakes. Now, the thing is, even if you apply stickers on your nails, trying to correct all these mistakes because, hey, you know, the nail foil got stuck on the other fingers like it happened here. Well, you use stickers. It's as simple as that. You can save so many mistakes. And once you apply the stickers, you press them down beautifully, because bigger they are, more they're going to be erased, they're not going to stay on your nails. And afterwards, you apply top gel to secure your work. Even if, say, the first top gel was not enough, use the second. And here are some of the laces from this foil I used. I really like my collection. I have got hundreds of the lace foil and metallic foil, which I organized them beautifully in these boxes I purchased from Dollar Tree in Canada. Is much better to organize your stuff like that, and this is nothing besides the many boxes of gel nail varnish I have purchased in the last years via the account in UK, Canada and US on Amazon Prime. Again, it's very important to remember that some foil does not stick properly and the design can come messy. So I saw on Amazon this Modelones blooming gel nail varnish, and I wanted to create a design on the second nail and to use thin brushes. Now, this lace look can be achieved using foil, stamping, or using stickers, and the metallic look can be achieved using foil or metallic powder. So there are different methods of achieving the same result. So lots of products are appearing on the market on a weekly basis. Clearly, you can achieve the same result using different methods. That's why I'm recommending not to buy all these items and then, you know, to achieve the same result if you want to save money and do everything home alone because, say, your nail technician had a bad attitude and then you gave up on going back to them. So this polygel you see here is transparent. What I noticed, as I mentioned earlier on, has a different quality than the pink one I used initially and is so much thinner, not bulky. I'm talking about the back of the nail because you're always going to achieve great results at the front of the nail. And here I'm applying this Modelones blooming gel in order to create a nice design. In the end, I was not happy with what I have achieved. I followed the instructions I recommended online when I purchased it from Amazon. So again, I used the stickers. So stickers are always of great help. One of the last warnings is about the top gel I was mentioning earlier on. A top gel should not burn, just the way a polygel should not burn. This is a sign of a poor quality gel or polygel. So you always have to bear in mind this. Never buy something and assume that is perfect just because there are lots of good reviews. Always think and have a question mark relating to that item. Another item, sticker I like is this kind of 3D stickers. On Amazon they're called 5D stickers, which they are raised, but 5D does not exist when we are talking about this 3D space. So a 5D would be like an incomplete space. I'm not sure why they call it 5D. So here, look at the thickness of the nail. It's so much better than the pink nail, polygel nail I mentioned earlier on. And this is how I'm trying to save my nails using different type of stickers, and in the end I'm very happy. Another week where I saved over $100. As ever, I hope all this information was of help to you, all these warnings and how to avoid all these pitfalls. Thank you for watching.